Today in Cloud Gaming News, we're going to be talking about Stadia, but we're going to start off with GFN Thursday as it's a really big one yet again. Seriously, the GeForce Now team has been on a roll these previous 3 weeks, and this one is no slouch either. First up, let's discuss an upgrade that's coming out for the RTX 3080 membership tier, and that's 4K streaming for both PC and Mac. This means no longer is 4K streaming exclusive to the Shield TV. If you plug your computer into any 4K monitor or TV display, you'll be able to use the GeForce Now app and enjoy that crisp 4K quality. And with that RTX 3080 powering the experience, you bet that you'll be able to run most of those games natively at 4K. It is worth pointing out that much like the Shield TV, streaming at 4K is currently capped to 60 FPS, and that's not too big of a surprise considering just how much power is required to play at 4K. The good news is that since all the games are running on Nvidia hardware, we can take advantage of Nvidia features like DLSS, a groundbreaking AI rendering technology that increases graphics performance. And that very same tech will be key in running AAA titles at 4K 60 for sure. My own thoughts on this are that I cannot wait to try this out. Seriously, GeForce Now in 4K is something I've been wanting ever since I first tried it out. Don't get me wrong, 1440p at 120 FPS is more than enough, and it will probably be my go-to solution when it comes to playing anything multiplayer on GeForce Now, but for those narrative single-player AAA experiences, I'd much rather be playing at 4K 60 to really enjoy the game at its absolute best in the visuals department. And with a 3080 GPU, it'll probably produce better visuals than my PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X that I have next to me. That on its own is pretty wild to think about. But that's not the only news for the 3080 tier, because more mobile devices will be getting 120Hz compatibility. Newly supported devices include the Samsung Galaxy S22, S22 Ultra, Galaxy Z Fold 3, Flip 3, and OnePlus 9 Pro. Overall, pretty great news for 3080 tier members, but the great news doesn't even stop there. Now, I want to highlight some particular games that are arriving this week. As some of you may be aware, yesterday was May 4th, otherwise known as Star Wars Day, and this year, Electronic Arts is bringing some of the biggest Star Wars games to GFN this week. Starting today, you can enjoy Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and Star Wars Squadrons all on GeForce Now. All three of these titles are absolutely fantastic and worth checking out. All of the titles will be playable through the Steam and Origin versions of the game. I know I'll be checking out Battlefront 2 and Fallen Order myself, probably even Squadrons, even though I'm not big into flight games. I can only imagine how beautiful these games are going to look on the 3080 tier, especially Jedi Fallen Order running at 4K maxed out settings. Do look forward to some gameplay on that. I may even do a comparison between the Stadia and GeForce Now version of Fallen Order now that they both can run at 4K. But overall, I think it's fantastic to see that EA continues to support GeForce Now, even more frequent than it has before. Just 3 weeks ago, they added Need for Speed Heat and Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. I think it's only a matter of time before we see the rest of EA's catalog make its way over. But that's still not all the news for the week, because in addition to those 3 titles, 7 more will be joining the GeForce Now library this week. And they include Bakery Simulator, Oaken, Dinosaur Fossil Hunter, Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, Trek to Yomi, Crowns and Pawns, Kingdom of Deceit, and Frozenheim. My pick of the week, aside from the Star Wars games, has to be Trek to Yomi. The game follows the young swordsman Hiroki, who has sworn to protect his town and the people he loves against all threats. Faced with tragedy and bound to duty, the lone samurai must voyage beyond life and death to confront himself and decide his path forward. The game looks absolutely fantastic, and it happens to be published by Devolver Digital, and if there's anything I know about those guys is that they have a keen eye for great games. Now, normally this would be the end of the GeForce Now segment of news, but it is the beginning of a brand new month, so let's take a look ahead at what we can expect from GeForce Now this month. In total, there are 27 games arriving to GeForce Now. In addition to the 10 we just previously talked about, the following are also making their way over: Brigandine, The Legend of Runersia, Neptunia X Senran Kagura, Ninja Wars, Cepheus, Protocol Anthology, Evil Dead the Game, Old World, Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song, Crossfire Legion, Out There, Oceans of Time, My Time at Sandrock, Turbo Sloths, Pogo Stuck Rage with Your Friends, Raji and Ancient Epic, Star Conflict, The King of Fighters XV, The Planet Crafter, The Political Machine 2020, and yet another Zombie Defense HD. Now, it's important to remember that last month, they added an extra 22 games besides what they announced at the very beginning of the month. And some of the biggest hits like God of War and Need for Speed Heat were keeping secret until the week they launched. It's fair to say that the month of May may even have more surprises in store. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell as well to not miss out on any of the news as it happens every single week on the channel. But now let's switch gears from GeForce Now to Google Stadia and take a look at the latest this week on Stadia blog post. Now I do want to point out that this blog post was actually posted yesterday, but I decided to hold off on talking about it as there really isn't too much to discuss here. At least not enough to make a full video. I know a lot of people were very hopeful that them delaying it till May 4th would be a sign of seeing some sort of Star Wars related announcement, but alas, there was nothing here. It's more so a reiteration of some of the news we've already talked about on the channel very recently, so I'm gonna go over the quick list here. The Stadia Pro games for the month of May included Lumos The Master Mode Chronicles, Outriders, Paw Patrol the Movie Adventure City Calls, and Kays and the Wild Masks. Overcooked All You Can Eat arrives today on the Stadia store for $39.99 US and is available with a new trial so you can check out the game before you decide to buy. Elemental War 2 will be launching tomorrow Friday for $19.99 and will be supporting crowd choice on Stadia. Aside from that, we got an update on Risk of Rain 2's expansion coming soon, a reminder that the House of the Dead remake is available on Stadia, that Destiny 2's Guardian games are currently going on, as well as the new details pages updated on the Stadia storefront. Like I said, not too much new info here. The only thing that I think stood out is that Elemental War 2 will be supporting crowd choice and Overcooked All You Can Eat will be launching alongside a trial. Now I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm not slightly disappointed with the Stadia news this week. I was kind of hoping for something more, even if it wasn't Star Wars related. That being said, last time we got a This Week on Stadia that was somewhat like this, they ended up announcing some more games coming soon throughout the week. In addition to all this, there was one bit of news that wasn't discussed on the blog post that I think a lot of Stadia community members are going to care about, and that's that the FIFA 22 crossplay test is currently live on Stadia. That means you can go online and play seasons as well as online friendlies with PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S owners. This heavily reduces queue times, trust me, and hopefully it's a sign to come that the next FIFA installment will also make its way to Stadia as well. I'll say it once again, by no means is it a guarantee, but the fact that they're testing the Stadia version of the game with crossplay support really does seem to indicate that maybe we'll see FIFA 23 or whatever it ends up being called arrive as well. Fingers are crossed for that, and I'll be sure to update you on any info if it ever drops. The game is undoubtedly huge not only within the Stadia community but the overall gaming landscape as a whole. And with that, we'll wrap up the cloud gaming news of the day. If you enjoyed it at all or found it helpful, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out, and if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. Today's end of video message is just going to be a simple reminder that we have a community Discord that's open and you can join it by checking out the description below. I'm currently wanting to involve myself more with the actual community at large and have more discussions on all of cloud gaming. There are already a few regulars that I have great discussions with, but I would love to see some more names pop up as well. In addition to this, I will be hosting a giveaway real soon on the channel, so be sure to stay tuned for more info on that. Aside from that, I just want to give you my thanks for watching the video. As always, this has been the Virtual Cloud, giving you the latest and greatest on everything cloud gaming related, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.